Well, we all saw this collapsed bridge in Pittsburgh last week. Somehow, though, unfortunately, no one was injured or killed when it collapsed. We've now learned that engineers knew that that bridge was in what they called poor condition before it went down.
And with that in mind, the 7 News I-team went digging into our local bridges. Investigative reporter Mitch Blocker found hundreds engineers say need serious attention.
A broken bridge in America is nothing new, but the one that collapsed Friday in Pittsburgh ahead of the president's visit here to sell infrastructure improvements could make a lasting impression. It is one of thousands of American bridges engineers say are in poor condition. Fairfax County engineer Harry Amandala explained what poor condition means.
We talk about this a lot, where poor does not mean that it's in a condition where it's gonna fall. That's not something that people, you want people to think about, I guess.
The 7 News I-team found 790 bridges between Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. that federal inspectors say are in poor condition. That includes one of our region's busiest bridges, the Teddy Roosevelt Bridge. It crosses the Potomac connecting D.C. to Virginia. It's on I-66, and more than 100,000 cars cross it every single day. During its latest inspection in 2018, engineers gave it a 58% rating, noting it needs $17.6 million worth of work.
The most important thing is how to stop these bridges from getting into that poor condition. That's what we're focusing on in this region.
That means preventative maintenance, and we found plenty of it in the DMV. When we checked out some of our bridges listed in poor condition, we discovered many recently repaired. That includes the 31st Street Bridge over the canal in Georgetown. It was one of just 7 district bridges rated in poor condition as recently as 2021. In Virginia, federal inspectors showed 530 bridges rated poor. GW Parkway's bridge over Windy Run used to be one of them. 30,000 cars a day drive over it. During its last inspection in April 2017, engineers recommended bridge rehabilitation because of general structure deterioration or inadequate strength. Today, it looks like that work has been done, and the bridge is now listed in fair condition. And while Maryland has 253 bridges in poor shape, according to 2021 federal inspection records, few are in any of the counties bordering Washington, D.C.
Compared to the rest of the country, we are in a great shape.
Last year, Amandala worked with the American Society of Civil Engineers to draft Washington's infrastructure report card. They found the average D.C. bridge is 62 years old. Engineers think 30% of them will need to be rehabilitated in the next decade. For these reasons, engineers gave the district's bridges a B- in 2021. Just 3% of the DMV's bridges are rated poor. That's the lowest rating before a bridge gets closed.
It needs attention, it needs rehabilitation, is all it tells you, I guess.
It doesn't necessarily mean that that bridge is unsafe.
Yeah, that's correct.
In Washington, for the I-team, I'm Mitch Blocker, 7 News.
Now, in all, the DMV has nearly 20,000 bridges. And again, 790 of them were rated in poor condition. And as we showed you, some of them have been fixed since the last inspections. The American Society of Civil Engineers may have given D.C.'s bridges a B-, but they gave U.S. bridges as a whole a C. Mitch included a link to that very report in his story on our website, WJLA.com.
Well, Stormwatch 7 now